Hello everybody, editing Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. I am here with you today to share a recipe that is near and dear to my heart. It is my grandma and my aunt's recipe for raspberry freezer jam. I grew up eating this, having fond memories of this in my life, and my children and my family grew to love it as well. I do want to let you guys know that I filmed an intro, but heaven knows where it went, so I'm at work and just wanted to edit this video for you guys really quick and realized we better do an intro. This recipe, just so you know, like I said, is a freezer jam recipe. It is far from healthy. It is a jam, for goodness sakes, but it does include sugar as well as corn syrup. So I know some people don't eat anything with corn syrup. So if this is not your cup of tea or your jar of jelly, then, you know, don't waste your time if you're not going to eat something with corn syrup. Everybody that gets this from me absolutely loves it. So stay tuned and see how easy it is to start canning with a freezer recipe. Hey everybody, it is time to start making jelly. Now this is just freezer jelly, so it is super easy. I'm actually tripling my grandma's recipe, or my aunt's recipe, as I keep saying. And so I have just mashed these berries up really quickly. It doesn't matter if there's still some bigger chunks in there. And then I am going to go ahead and add the lemon juice, and we are doing 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice. And I just noticed that I have a seed in there, so I'm going to go ahead and strain it because I don't want that going in there. And so this was 3 whole lemons. And so you can see I did have a little bit of seeds in there, so we didn't want that going in. So let's get that lemon juice in there. Then we're going to go ahead and mix that in. And then we're going to put the pectin in, and then we're going to let this sit for about a half an hour. And you can see I've still got some whole berries in there, but between all of this mixing and adding the pectin in, we will get those berries broken down. Raspberry is my husband's favorite, and I have to say it's probably mine too. I can't wait until we're able to make raspberries jelly out of our own raspberries. Then we're going to go ahead and do pectin. I'm a little bit nervous. This is the first time I'm using the Ball Fruit Pectin. And this is the freezer pectin because this is a no-cook recipe, as I told you guys. But, you know, this is what my store had, and I've heard great things about it. So let's go ahead and add this in. And so this is 5.4 ounces. My grandma's recipe calls for a 2-ounce package of the MCP Pectin. And of course we are tripling this, so we are actually a little bit short, but we're just going to put all of this in here, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed that it's going to work the way it was supposed to. And of course that is not all of it, you guys. It is stuck in here. Let me get it stirred up. As you guys can probably tell, I am a slacker and didn't bring out a tripod to do this. It's also in the middle of the night. It is 1 a.m. right now as I'm doing this. I am on night shifts and I work tomorrow night, so I'm trying to stay up late. All right, that is all of the pectin. So we're going to go ahead and stir this in. And I don't see any reason why this shouldn't work exactly like the other one. We are, like I said, about a ½ ounce short on the pectin. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this will be okay for the triple batch. When I was in the store, I had looked at the Sure Gel that was there, and they were 1.75 ounces. So I thought that this was going to be enough for that. I didn't realize that the MCP Pectin was a 2-ounce package. So let's make sure we've got some bumps in there of that pectin. We're just going to have to make sure we come out here and stir it really good. You can see it's already starting to firm up. So I am going to set the timer for, I'm going to probably stir it every 10 minutes, but I will be back in 30 minutes so we can finish this up. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Here we are. You can see how thick these raspberries are, and I've stirred them multiple times to get that pectin mixed in. So now it tells us to add the corn syrup and then the sugar. So I am doing this one-handed. I'm scared, you guys. One-handed. So there goes the corn syrup, and obviously I'm going to push it so that I don't lose any of it, but I'm not going to be able to do that one-handed. So I'll be right back once I've got all of the corn syrup in. All right, everybody. So there is 3 cups of corn syrup in there. And, you know, like I said, I know a lot of people don't like products made with corn syrup, and I understand that, but this is my grandma's recipe or my aunt's recipe, and it is definitely a nostalgic thing, and everybody absolutely loves it. So we're going to get that mixed in, and then we're going to start mixing sugar, and holy cow, sugar. It is 4 cups for each recipe. So I've got a bowl there that had 2 cups in it. So we're going to go ahead and get this mixed in. Once I get it all mixed in, I'll come back and show you me filling one of the jars. Okay, here is all of the sugar and the pectin and the corn syrup and the raspberries in it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fill up my first jar. You want to make sure that you leave an inch of headspace for expansion. You can put these into whatever size jars you want. I am just trying to use jars I have, and that is it. So let's take a look and see how much headspace we've got there. We've got a little bit more than an inch. And remember, you guys, this is just freezer jam. So you can put this into plastic containers or canning jars. So we put a little bit more in there. And this jelly is so full of sugar. It is great for ice cream topping, all kinds of stuff there. So there is our first jar. And I reuse lids because I'm not canning these. So why not use the lids that have already been used before? So there's our first jar done. I'm just going to put the date on it. You can see this was used, I believe this was used for salsa before, and I don't know what I canned in 2/8/21, but I know back in 18 I did a bunch of salsa. So I'll bring you guys back once I have all of my jars filled. I am sorry for the dishwasher noise, but you know, I just got done canning these up. So this is what I ended up with. So I don't know what size these jars are. I don't think they're quite a pint. They are jelly jars. They're the ones that have the fruit on the outside. Anyway, I ended up with 3 of these. And then I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of the jars like this, so the half pints. And then I also had some jars. These have fruit on the side too. I believe these are a half pint as well. And I ended up with 3 of those. And then I had 2 of these little baby jars here. And so one of the ladies, as I was checking out, wow, look at my nail, it needs to be redone. Anyway, at the local grocery store, she had mentioned that she would love to have a raspberry jam, but her husband is allergic to raspberries. So I had 2 little jars like this, and so I went ahead and did 2 of those up. And there are some that I have labeled with the labels because I do give jelly away as well. Obviously, this is not all just for my family. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is the recipe says to put them in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours to completely dissolve the sugar, and then to place the jars in the freezer. And so one thing is, if you don't do that, right now you can see how nice and consistent this jelly is. If you don't do that, then you end up with syrup on the bottom and fruit on the top. So if that happens, just make sure you stir it. So a great night of canning or early morning. And like I said, there's dishes there. Not too bad here. You can see my stuff out here, and it is now 2:24 in the morning. So it really doesn't take long to make this jelly, and I will have the recipe down below. All right, everybody, until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling.
Never up, never down, never like a theme in a song, clever.